My dad passed away in 2020. Not from COVID. He had had a bout of lung cancer, and he successfully dealt with it for about 5 years, and then at the age of 84, he passed away. My dad was my first guitar teacher. He taught me so many things about not only how to play the instrument, but also about how to conduct myself on stage in order to not only make music, but to deliver an experience to the audience. My dad was at his peak as a musician, as a professional musician, in the late 70s, early 80s, when the outlaw country thing, Waylon, Willie, all that stuff was at its peak. So that bled into me as a child. And then when I wanted to learn how to play guitar, I wanted to be Eddie Van Halen. I wanted to be Ted Nugent. I wanted to rock. I wanted to be AC/DC. And he appreciated that, but he didn't really know how to play it. What he did know how to do was teach me how to figure things out by listening to them. He taught me chords, and he taught me some technique, and really got me started. And one of the things that was integral in the style that he played is a hybrid picking, which is where you use the pick and your fingers, or he liked to use a thumb pick, which I don't do, and his fingers, in order to be able to play multiple notes. Having difficulty getting in frame and executing the technique at the same time, but you hopefully can understand what that means. Now, that was such a huge influence on me. I didn't even realize it until much later. When I got in college, started playing in a rock and roll band. And utilized that same technique for a lot of stuff that I was doing, both in playing leads and also in some of the rhythm parts that I would do. And my favorite song ever is a song that the band In Tent City, of which I'm proudly still a part of, used to play. Tim Davis wrote it, and the part that I came up for utilized this perfect crossbreed, this perfect combination of the country influence of my dad and the rock influence of everyone else that was going on with me. And every time I would play that song, I felt like I was sort of channeling a part of him, and that was his favorite thing that we ever did as well. And the part that I'm talking about goes. So I'm really, really grateful for all of that, and being able to just pick up my guitar and play was a huge thing for me in 2020, and since then, dealing with all the ups and downs that have gone along with it. We lost a lot of people. I've had a lot of wonderful times as well. I've got a 4-year-old son, so a lot of ups, really, really high ups, and a lot of really, really low lows. And knowing that I could come in here anytime and plug in and play was something that got me through that. And looking back on it now, I realized that that was one of the great gifts that my father gave me, was a love of music, getting me started playing music, specifically playing guitar, and giving me the ability to learn to express myself in that medium. It was huge for me. And I'm getting choked up talking about it right now, but that was one of the things that, looking back after he passed away, it was not until then that I was able to fully appreciate the gift of music that I got from him. And I am forever eternally grateful for that.